to edit your ship fitted equipment. So here I am, I've logged into MFP, and now I've come to project management. I'm going to click these three buttons here and say ground data. And then over on this left hand side, you click ship fitted equipment. And then you see all the list of ship fitted equipment. And then across the top, you can see who has this various equipment. So you guys have access to edit any of this. The one thing I will note is that it's really easy to change this for other people. So please be careful as you're editing this. But I encourage you to go through and look at all the various equipment and make sure you have or don't have and the form is correct. So to edit this, actually, two other quick notes. If you want to add more equipment to this list, let's talk. And then obviously if you don't have one of these pieces of equipment, just make sure it said no. Okay, so to edit any of this, we're going to just start with this winches and wires. And this is not very easy, but just scroll all the way over to the right and you'll see this little pencil, right? And you click the pencil and you'll see you can actually edit the items, which I'm asking you not to do. And you can also edit whether it is on any of these ships. And then further, you can actually once you've edited whether it's on the ship, you click the checkbox. So that saves your changes. And then this questions, you'll see manage. So it says here there are 3 questions associated with it. We click manage. And then we say, okay, here are the 3 questions associated with it. And these are the workflows that they're associated with. So this question right here is only on the Woods Hole workflow. This question right here is on the UAF workflow. This question right here is on various University of Washington workflows. If you want to add yourself to any of these questions, you can do that. But again, don't edit any of these questions because they're not yours to edit. So these are their questions. You can add yourself to it, but don't edit it. So to add yourself to it, you can click here. But at this point, I'd rather you didn't because this directly goes to Hui. So my recommendation would simply be to add new questions. So you click new question, you say, what kind of wire do you want? And you can put a note on that, which kind of gives a little information. We have lots of wires. And then you can choose the type of question. The headers are just our actual headers. You don't necessarily want that. A drop down, it'll allow you to select certain things that you can drop down: integer, number, text editor, all these different things, date, yes, no. So you can choose what you want. If you choose yes, no, or multiple choice, and we want to say which, we can say whether it's mandatory or not, right? And then show if this questions, and let's say I'm working for BIOS right now, so I want to choose which workflow I want to show it in, and you choose your own workflow. So let's say I'm going to choose BIOS here. So I click save, and I want you to notice that if you have a multiple choice question, you can add follow-up questions. So this is a yes/no question. If I click this add follow-up question, it says, if yes, then I want to ask, okay, which ones? And then I can say whatever output type again, and you can say whether this is mandatory or not. Or you can say, oh, if they answer no, great. And we can add a separate question for yes, or separate question for no, or one question for one and not the other. Pretty neat little feature. Again, you can choose what type of output and then also whether it's mandatory here. Okay, so you can go through each of the items and add questions to your specific workflow. That's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions.